morning. Welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw, and today we have a Jentel update on our current RV situation. Sorry for the delay. I was having a little bit of problem over here getting on. Don't know why. Maybe it's StreamYard, the streaming service. If certain shows are having trouble with. Can everybody hear me? Can I get a 10-4 that you can see me, you can hear me, everything's cool? Yep. Okay. Okay. So today we're going to do a Jentel update, and then we'll take some questions because last time I didn't get a lot of time. Well, I didn't get any time to do questions. I was teaching something. So I did send this off to Sue Rose. It is very messy notes. I kind of did the auto writing thing this morning. I didn't have time to go into meditation just to get you some kind of update about what's going on. There is no need to be disappointed. There is no need to be concerned. Yes, we're still waiting, but we're about to step through a doorway here. So this is an auto writing Jentel update for 11/6/2025. And the way that works is I just hear one word at a time and write it down. And I choose who I'm talking to. And this was Archangel Gabriel today, the messenger, and RV News. Right now, the USA is helping to clean up the opposition in Iraq. The purpose of this is to ensure the public safety. For the announcement and after. The announcement of a rate change will happen, and the people will take to the streets over there. They tend to do that. They like to celebrate in the streets. So they have teams in place from the U.S. and Iraq to ensure the safety of the public during those celebrations and for in-country exchanges. That is very important. You know, such as Americans that are important. Everybody's important. And it takes time to do that. It takes time to get people there, get teams in place to set that all up. And also to clean out the threats, from what I hear. It takes time to do that and to clean out the threats underground where the enemy is hiding in Iraq. Trump has made deals with Iraq and Vietnam to prepare for the rollout. Best estimate now, best possible thing that could happen right now would be this evening for notifications. If they have everything in place, they know that the announcement's going to come out, they could notify the exchange centers and say send out notifications. So we're still watching our emails anytime between Friday to next Thursday. I heard the window was now until the 13th, which is good news. Anybody wants to complain? I don't want to hear it. Put yourself in my shoes. I don't care. Okay? That is a Jentel for today. So, just like we always have, what we need to do, all you have right now is this moment in time and forward. We don't need to be keeping our lists. We don't need to be doing that, keeping our lists of, oh my God, how long have I waited? Everything that's happened because it hasn't happened. We don't need to do that. That's needless suffering. in life too. Don't keep your list of all the reasons why all the pains that I have suffered. We use those as tools to gather wisdom and know how to proceed from this moment on. But it's ridiculous to come out and complain about every moment before now and say, well, I just, if you feel that way, give up. I'm not giving up. This was always a maybe someday kind of thing. Like a lottery, but it's better. Your chances are better. But we don't want to drop the ball at the very end and have a problem. Apparently, there was a problem with Iraq going by itself. And Trump talked to them, and they said, well, we can't do this because we've got so many threats from Iran or, terrorists underground. We announced a radar. People are going to go out there and celebrate in the streets, and they're going to get blown up. So he said, okay, we will help you with that. And that is what they're setting up now. And we know that if they're setting that up now, we're on our way. We're just waiting for announcement. We're waiting for this to roll out. What is the end goal here? The rollout of Nasara Jasara worldwide. And they're like, well, some people are so selfish and shallow. They're like, well, I don't care if people die. I want my Ferrari. Or I want my this, or I want my that. Yes, I understand the people that are waiting to get healed. Yes, I understand that. You don't have to come and tell me all your stories about why you're complaining because you haven't been healed. I do understand that. Yes. But the primary objective here is to change the world worldwide and make it better for the people, not just the ones who already know, not just the ones who are awake. There are many people who have no idea about how good life on Earth could be. They're just following the program. And a lot of those people are your daughters, your sons, your parents. And you need to remember, especially one thing when I first had a child, when they handed me Faith, something clicked in me and I said, whoa. First of all, I was like, wow, this is real. This is like real now. But I was like, whoa. Everybody is somebody's baby. The goal here is not to change the world for the patriots. It's to change the world for everyone. And you say, well, they haven't followed along. They don't deserve it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Do you think God looks at the world that way? Okay, well, this person's a patriot and they know what's going on. And they're going to go out and do good things. Why are we going out to do good things? Just to help the people that agree with us? No. Why did Jesus send out missionaries? To try and inform the public of the truth. That God is love. Not fear. So, it is important that this is handled in the correct way. There's no point in setting off on a mission to change the world for the better of the people if you don't care about all of them. Even the crazy ones that are out in the streets and programmed, and they're young and they've been programmed through their entire school system to believe a certain way, or even paid. They've been put into poverty. They've got mental illnesses. They haven't received the right medical care that they need, or the schooling, or the counsel, or whatever it is. These are the things that we're trying to change, and there's a lot of people's babies in that crowd that could be flipped. We're not just setting out to help a few pieces of God. Even the bad ones. God, that's why forgiveness is important. We're not just setting out to help a couple pieces of Him. We are trying to create a shift to balance the scales of love and fear, evil. And many of these people have been born into religions. They've been born into families who said, you believe this and you embrace the dark and you do all these, and they tell these people, no, this is what's right. You're a good person if you do this. And a lot of people think that they're trying to be a good person. If you really want to be a truther, this is our primary goal. Not just to be right. Not just to be the chosen. If you are chosen, you're a volunteer actually, but if you are chosen to help all who will listen. People listen and change at different points in their life. Even a man. I'm going to use this example. Okay, so you got a young guy. And all of his friends and his cheater dad and his brothers and everybody teaches him how you have to be so strategic with women. Oh, the main goal is just to sleep with women, get as much as you can out of them, and make your hash marks on your bedpost there. And that's all that matters. And if you do that, you're a big shot. You're attractive. That's all he's ever known. That's what he's been taught. Go and find yourself, and then when you're ready to sit down, go and find yourself a pretty one, a pretty toy to play with. It doesn't matter if she's smart or not. Yeah, you do all provide for her and make all the money and do that, okay? So she can't get away. And make sure she doesn't work. And you're still the big shot, okay? Well, maybe someday this guy's towers just keep falling and falling and falling, and it comes back at him, and someday he has a daughter. And that daughter goes out and meets someone just like him. And he watches as that daughter comes home, heartbroken time and time and time again and crying. And he understands that what he thought was the best way to handle women is not the way it should be. And he changes. And he counsels her. The same can happen to the liberals. The same can happen to the fallen. There is always forgiveness. Why? Because they are not in their right mind. They have not been taught the truth. Our primary goal here is to get to that damn finish line so that we can get people in power, money in the hands of people that will do the right thing, that will teach the truth, that will stop using the masses as worker bees and elevate every piece of God and save as many as we can. So if you're complaining that it didn't happen yet, and you're tired of working at your job or whatever, don't come at me with the illness part, because I understand that. I get it. But if you're sitting over there, I've been waiting for 8, 20, whatever years so that I can be rich. So I quit my job. So I can have everything I ever wanted. And I don't care if people in Iraq are blown up in their celebrations. Then you missed the whole frickin' point of the entire operation. There's people going after Sky, who's over there doing her best to keep you all going. Wolvie, nobody's come at me because I think they're a little scared. But let's wake up here. What's our objective? It's not just to make you rich. It's to take the people out of bondage And when you do that, they start to wake up and know the difference, just like the man who didn't know the difference until his daughter suffered. Somebody who probably didn't really know real love until he had one. Everybody can change. Yes, it is their choice. Yes, some of that programming is deep, but they've been told their entire life, if you're not a Democrat, you're a tyrant. If you don't believe this, family, generation after generation. My family was split in half with Democrat and Republican. My grandparents were Democrats, but they were like Kennedy Democrats. They believed in services to help the people. They cared about the people. Darkness has corrupted that side of politics. But it's not just about the USA. It's about everybody here. And think about it this way. You're all asking me, where's my soulmate? Well, you don't always incarnate with your soulmate or your twin flame or whatever you want to call it. You don't always incarnate and have a relationship together. What if they're living over there in Iraq and going to run out into the street and celebrate? Do you care now? What if the bombs that are going to drop are not in Iraq? What if they're on a college here in the United States? And you're going to lose your grandchild or your daughter or your son. It is important, if we have credible threats that are going to sabotage this entire operation, especially at this critical point in time, that it is handled correctly. And you get the frustrated and the shallow who say, oh, there's always going to be something somewhere. Yes. That is why it's a hard-fought war. That is why this has been attempted time and time again and failed. But at this point in time, the Alliance, the White Hats worldwide have gotten to a point where we're about to cross this finish line. And if we are hasty and we do not handle this correctly and at the right time, all will be lost. We'll have to start all over again. So understand, anytime between Friday and next Thursday, as of now, this is what they're trying to do. This is why Iraq has not been able to put out their rate publicly, because they are so threatened. This is why Trump traveled around, trying to pacify Vietnam so he didn't go by himself. They're themselves out of, desperation, greed, impatience, and to keep them happy over there, because that was going to screw everything up. And some people, your world is so small, you only think about your own family unit. Okay, well, think about your damn family unit. What kind of world, if we don't do this correctly, will your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren that you love so much be living in? This is the objective. The RV, the change in the financial system worldwide is the very important, because we take the power out of the hands of the old guard, the ones who have had it for so long. And that takes a long time to do that. And that is a hard-fought war. But as this moment in time that yes, it is true that they were going to pull the trigger. Yes, it is true that the exchange centers are on standby. Yeah. It's coming through too many channels. People who channel, people who receive inside information, and there's a lot of it, from military, from government, from high up financial places, all over the places coming in. Same thing. We are there. Just like Sky said in her Now, Sky's completely different than me, but I'm not going to tell her that she's not receiving information from her sources. I'm not going to be so ignorant to say that my way is the only way. I just feel comfortable with the way I do it. That's me. TNT Tony's out there believing what he wants to believe according to his family, according to the way he's raised. Doesn't mean he's a bad person. Doesn't mean he's a CIA operative. It means he's getting information. He's living his life. He is still trying to tell everybody what's coming for the good of the people. Wolvie's doing the same thing. So do not bite the hand that feeds you. She said something very important. Okay, what if you had no truthers? What if you had no gurus? What if you had no shows to watch every day? Not a day goes by where somebody doesn't comment, or many in a reading, or most everyone, that the shows that I do and the Jentel that I put out and the answers I give them has kept them going, kept them from jumping off a freaking cliff. So I'm doing my part in my way from here, and so is everybody else that you listen to. You need to stay grounded, and you need to, like I do, okay, puzzle piece, puzzle piece, puzzle piece, where are we at? How far do we have to go from here? But if you suddenly, like, I have to tune in here so that because I've created this horrible situation in my life by believing that it's going to happen, so I didn't pay my bills and I ran up my credit, we all did that. So I need this to happen today because I can't think of anything else, and I'm going to sit over here and obsess about this. And if that truth, if I get on and that truth doesn't tell me what I want to hear, I'm going to attack them publicly and try to ruin the way they make a living or their following, and go around and create these, like me. They've got like chat groups where they're calling me a witch. You know what? Piss off. You all signed up to be digital soldiers a while back. Did you forget that? You all took an oath. Was that about your bank account? What was that about? It's the same operation. And the same end goal. Is to take the hands, the controlling hands of evil, off the people so they can live better lives, so they can wake up and see the truth. So that love over fear and control reigns supreme. So anybody that wants to go around and attack everybody because they didn't say what they wanted to hear, or they didn't, that didn't happen, you're talking to a channeler. We wait for confirmation. That information's coming through, like Sky, that's coming through your human filter. It's very hard and takes many, many years of practice to step back from the emotion, to hear the truth. And even then, you could have heard the truth. And then decisions of man, who all have free will change the collective timeline. It's just the way it is. The end will not be for everyone. And what that meant is that not only the strong will survive the journey of knowing before it happens. It is going to happen. It is a real thing. It is a hard-fought war. So if you're going out and you're attacking those in all good conscience who are trying to keep you going, you should be ashamed of yourself. You have no idea the pressure and the emotional strength it takes to sit on this side of the screen. So I don't want anybody coming at me saying, what do you think about this truther and what do you think about that truth? I think we're all on the same team, and that's what I think. And I think everybody's doing their part trying to help the effort. So I don't want to get involved in your You know, some of you guys over there with your little testosterone wars going on over there. I don't have any bad opinions about anybody. I am a team player. I signed up. I took the oath. I'm in. I'm all in. And that's just the way I am. You're in a relationship with me. I'm going to have your back whether you're wrong or not. Somebody comes to me, try to talk crap about you, I'm going to be like, that's right. Yeah, he was wrong. You better walk away or you're going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm a Taurus. That's just the way I am. But I don't give up. I will not give up on this. What about everybody who wandered the desert for 40 years? Remember that? So if you're somebody who's biting the hand that feeds you, you are the weakest link. Take a look at yourself. All right. Done with my lecture. Let's get some questions. It's funny. It reminds me of like me and Marcy. We don't talk a lot. I know for a fact. You can start with your rumble rants. I know for a fact if somebody went to talk crap about me to Marcy, she's going to eat them alive. Vice versa. We've already been tested with that early on in our friendship. Some chick came along, tried to tell Marcy I said all these terrible things about her and blah, blah, blah. And then we communicated. We found out that I'm like, no, I didn't. Why? Why would I do that? I've been saying all along, we are the ones who are strong enough to know first, to go forth out into the world and know these things and to teach the rest so that we can flip them, so we can save them, so they can learn, see the difference and know the difference and learn a different way. Even the empathy for those who were born into like satanic cults. Did they have a choice? Was it live or die? Were they convinced that that is the right way? That they are superior? Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people within the music industry and in Hollywood and all those places who worked really hard to get to their dream. It wasn't that they knew what they were doing. I'm sure they were deceived and then found themselves in a place whether, okay, you do this or I'm going to kill your baby. I'm sure there's a lot of people waiting to be freed. And I'm sure in their mind, they're probably talking to God and they're probably saying, God, I don't really believe this. And they stay silent. You need to have empathy for all the pieces of him. All right. And you know I'm going to come out here and kick everybody's ass when I see that happening. You're all getting a little out of hand. I'm going to walk into the room when all the children are fighting and I'm going to sit everybody down and I'm going to say, all right, that's enough. Mother hen of the RV? Yeah. And I don't care if you don't like it. All right. I really can't help myself. I really can't. Yeah, we had a full moon last night. Full moon in Taurus, I believe. That's why I'm all fired up. I just see it, and I just see the hearts of these people that come out. You know, that's what my problem is, or my gift is that when I meet somebody or I see somebody, I see the soul, just like the angels do. I see what you're capable of. I see why you're acting that way. Everybody sees what's on the surface and what somebody says. All right. What? Hi, Jen. What's happening with the guy who collapsed in the Oval Office on live broadcast a few minutes ago? EBS colors showed immediately after the feed was cut. I didn't see that. Who was it? Let me look. I don't know what I'm looking at. Oval Office. Sudden raise in blood pressure. Faint. I don't think he died. I just got this pain in the top of my head. I don't think it was quite a cardiac arrest. That might be a combination of medications or something. Stay tuned on that. Let me know what you find out. Monthly supporter, the promise. Oh, right now you have the opportunity to become a monthly supporter. We're going to have another live reading party for monthly supporters coming up. Not this Sunday, possibly next Sunday. I might do it on a Friday though, because like Sunday shows that kind of messes up my weekend. I'll let you know. But we've got another one coming up for monthly supporters, so you can like, share, subscribe, and become a $5 monthly supporter, please. Also, before I forget, got a sale. Everybody loves a sale. It's sale season. Makes me very happy. All of my half-hour readings are $88 right now. Probably going to run that through the weekend. Okay? No, I don't have the gift cards up yet. I can't figure it out. I keep trying. I'm not technically minded. It takes a long time for me to teach myself something, but there's never anybody around to help me with anything. So I haven't figured out how to put it on the website so you can schedule yourself and get an electronic one. I'm probably going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, like I do every year, and sell pictures that are gift cards that you can buy. And we'll do that through email. I'll let you know. At least by Monday, I'll try to figure this out. But there is a sale at Fallawsophy.com right now. I do have times this month, pretty soon, actually. Not that booked up right now. Things have been slow with that, probably because I haven't run a sale. So if you're going to want to get in there and get your spot quickly. $88. Okay. Alrighty. Promise Mega. Hi, Jen. Can you tell me the name of my guardian angel? And do they have a message for me? Can't wait to arrange another reading. Well, thank you. I keep getting the hiccups today. Trying not to get the hiccups. Guardian angel. Promise Mega. I really need a first and last name for that. Let's see if I can connect. Agatha. Agatha. Megan Angus, if there is one thing that I've learned over the past 5 years, it's patience. True. Patience leads to wisdom, people. You're being polished like a diamond. It's not easy, she says, but if it were easy, everyone would be doing it. That's right. And they're not. The strongest of souls have stepped into the position that you are in right now. You should be proud of yourself. You made it this far. Scooter man. I saw that. All right, what time is it? All right, let's get down. Cooper, thank you. Cooper says, 2047 says, I really appreciate your strength, talent, and moral strength. John Christopher here. Will my silver project be approved? Thank you, John. Yeah. They're really impressed with it, actually. Yeah. I don't know if it's in the first round of approval. I think that they're doing here is what I've seen is that they have they'll categorize your humanitarian project. Okay. And the first ones that they approve is providing food, shelter, health, med beds, healthcare, immediate life or limb needs for people, and that'll be in the first round of approvals, I believe. Then they'll go down from there in order of importance. They can't handle them all at once. And Anne, hi Jen, this is Anna. My mom has had a fever for the last few days. Do you see any reason for it? Thank you. Jadwiga is her name. She has a secondary infection in her chest as well as her sinuses. She needs antibiotics. This could have been from not treating allergies and just having too much histamine, inflammation for too long, and it sat and it got infected. Teddy Cassie, hi Jen Cat here. Will I walk away from my RV appointment as a millionaire or billionaire? Billionaire. L. Carol K. Hi, Jen Carol here. I'm having an electrocardiogram on the 12th. Do you see any issues? It goes well. No, I don't see any issues. I think it goes really well. I think you're pleased. And it just got really cold in here. What the heck is going on with that? I mean, it's behind. This window's probably open a crack. I'm gonna have to look. But just all of a sudden during the show, it gets really cold in here. Okay, Tammy McGee, more B for $10. What does that mean? MOR and then a capital B. Thank you, Gina, for being in there. Renee F., this is Renee, monthly supporter. I'm supposed to be flying Sunday for a cruise and returning the following Friday. Will I be able to make it safely without any delays? Sunday. Friday. All you have to do is make a call when the numbers come in to make an appointment, so I wouldn't stress too much about that. Make it safely. Yes. Mary Gold, hi Jen, and am I an M, a B, or a T? Mary Gold is a M, but it's like triple M. Hi Jen, are the videos of the Muslims calling for Shura law real or old? Some of them are old. I think once you said God will change their heart. Sorry, I used caps as my cataract. Okay. I do think they're calling for that. They've been calling for that forever. Yeah. Mo Tax Lady. Hi, Jen. Um, Shatton Baker. I sent $10 Tuesday. Will I be a millionaire, billionaire, or trillionaire? You will be a billionaire. Possibly trillion. I mean, no. There's no way. Oh, bonds. It's big. Okay. I mean, once you get up into billionaire, you're going to make so much money on your money, it's not even going to matter. You get to a place where money has no meaning. I mean, unless you're buying stadiums and shopping malls and countries and stuff, it has no meaning anymore. Scooterman 65. Hi Jen. My name is James B. Well, me and my wife Amy moved somewhere else after the RV. They do it. I actually just heard like Tennessee. Could be wrong. Could be somewhere in that area. Hey Turtle. Hi Carissa. She says, I keep visualizing a large wooded property along the river, and I see my family riding ATVs through the property. Do hubby and I purchase this property? If so, what year? 27? And don't freak out and think the RV's coming in 2027. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that that's when you do that. Yeah, it kind of looks like almost like a lodge. J.M. Burrell? Burrell? Hi, Jen Jane here. How many commas do you see in my final exchange at the RV appointment? Thanks. Three. Darlene in California, will I be able to buy my neighbor's house for my family after the RV? Yes. Hi, Jen. Virginia here. Will I be a millionaire or billionaire after the RV? M or B, Gabriel? B. Hi, Jen. This is Rhonda. What do you see me doing the afternoon of January 3rd, 2026? Hoping to be able to do this visit. Rhonda. Oh, good. You have a picture. January 3rd, 2026. It has something to do with leasing. I feel like I'm somewhere tropical. I'm really not getting a good visual on that. Keeps coming in and out. New envies. Hi, Jen. Monday, I am called at the behalf... At what? I am called at the bailiff. Will I walk out of there okay? I have a delay to pay my debts. Monday. It's not looking good for Monday. I'm not going to lie to you. This is too fast. That's what I'm saying. Did you do that twice? Yeah, you did. You didn't have to do it twice, Rhonda, but thank you. Hi, Jen. This is Doug. Just asking M or B. I think it's M, but I think it's like triple M. Susan Gretz, love you, Jen. Watching while I'm waiting on my bet to come back up. Your bet? Love you too. Cinders54, Jen, my name is Cindy. Is my foreign currency real? Most all of it. There's a couple things in there that aren't. Susan, I don't have a problem telling people off. I'm shocked, Susan Gretz. It's like the nicest person ever. I'd be shocked if I saw you tell somebody off. The Promise Maga. Hello, Jen. Mary here. Can you tell me the name of my guardian angel? Is there a message for me today? Can't wait to book another reading. Did I do that? Did I do that? Yeah, I did. I did that. If I didn't do it, message me or email me or something. Emily here. Thank you, Jen. See me with many B's, double B's. Hi, Jen. You look great in red. My name is James B. Will me and my wife Amy have enough currency to fund all that we want to do? I thought I did that too. What's going on? I'm having like deja vu. Are you guys don't please only do it once? Or did I skip? Or am I tripping? Yeah, I did. I probably skipped down, didn't I? Because there's that more B thing again. Oh, what is Rumble like? Reposting them? I did that. I did the more B. I don't understand that. Patriot Sonia, I didn't do that. I keep seeing myself in this white house by a beach or a lake near the beach in Florida. Do you see me buying a home like that? Sonia. It is by the beach. It is in Florida. I think it's on like the western side of Florida. Oh yeah, Chris, I told him. All right, more B. I totally spaced on that. All right, you mean M or B? Chris is over there keeping me in line. Okay. And thank you, Chris. Chris is a mod too. Thank you, Carissa. Tammy, Mickey, M or B? B. It's a B. I get kind of stupid at the end of the week. I'm not gonna lie about it. I do. My brain gets just tired. I mean, just solving the mysteries of the universe and talking all day long and answering a million questions. Yeah, I get tired. CPL. Jen, I bought my foreign currency from different vendors. Could you please see if all the currencies are valid? This is Cynthia Lang. You're on a roll today. You're a true breath of fresh air. Well, or a pain in the ass. Either one. True. Cynthia Lang. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, solid truth there. I like that's what the energy is on that pile there. You're good. Okay. Chetley 9. Will new property be in Lake Lore, or the new property be in Lake Lore or Cashiers? Lore. Yeah, strong on that. This is Susan. Okay, I'm looking at 2 properties. One on Hayden Lake. Oh, fun. And 40 acres on Spirit Lake. Yeah, it's nice up there. Spirit Lake has its complications, but I love it. Do you see me? Where do I end up? It's Hayden. Yeah, I was just on the other side of the lake looking out. It's Hayden. Lucy, hi Jen. What type of humanitarian projects do you see me being involved with? Since I care about 2 things, will it be narrowed down? You're approved for 2 projects. You must write something up. 2. This is Emily. I have a spirit guide. I think their name is Violet. Her name. A thought crossed my mind that she is my higher self, not a separate guide. That's interesting to explore. I have a story about that. It's trippy. Anyway, can you access any insight on this? Her. Violet. Okay. That's interesting. I should write that down somewhere important, but I don't. Okay. So, your higher self, of course, we have pieces of ourselves all over the place, but when you're incarnated here, your primary spirit guide that's here from birth till death is not going to be another division of your higher self. Yes, they kind of reside in possibly a subdimension, a created space so that they can be with you all the time. So it's taking me, but they typically, it's not your higher self who is your guide. Conflict of interest, he says. It needs to be a trusted advisor, separate soul. Every separation of selves must exist at a different vibrational spectrum. They are, but they're pretty close to ours, so they can sympathize with us. So I'm going to say no on that. But you can have an experience with your higher self. A division of your higher self can step in as a temporary guide, be there for, so you're always connected to your higher self. Yeah, and you can receive guidance back and forth, but As far as the primary spirit guide, it's going to be somebody else that is a trusted individual. And that's what he's saying. That's what Gabriel's saying. Crap. I have somebody in 20 minutes. Stop the rebel rants, please. Montana Treasures. Hi, Jen. Betty here. Do you see my blessing in millions or billions? Betty, you're a big B. That's a big B. Richellum gifted 5 subscriptions. Thank you. I don't really understand what that does. I mean, is that do you like gift it for somebody else to pick up, or because what, or does it come to me? But thank you for doing that. That's very nice of you. John One Eagle. Thank you. I'm John. My wife is Miley. I've always wanted to be a pilot. My wife doesn't want me to be a pilot. I wouldn't either. I'd be so scared about that. I respect her decision, but will she come around? Nope. You must be kind of reckless or clumsy, one or the other. She does not want to lose you. It's just too much. It's like, okay, can you do something on the ground, please? You know, like, that would be me. It's like, do we really have to go up in the air and not know what we're doing? I mean, that's just like the possibility of death is, high. Can you, like, get an old car and work on that or something? No, she's not coming around. Lynn BU. Hi, Jen. Lynn here. Thank you for being so awesome. Well, you're welcome. Do you see me buying a house on Shattuck Street this month? No, it's not November. Best possibility that is December, possibly January, because of the time it takes to do that. When you ask me that, what I see is RV appointment, all the red tape involved with that, access to funds, making the offer, typically even on a cash offer is 30 days. Still have to run everything through escrow. Yeah, it's probably going to be December or January. Best case scenario. And if you're waiting on the RV. If you're not waiting on the RV, there's some kind of delay. Hi, Jen. This is Tiffany. I can't help myself. Am I an M or a B after the RV appointment? Love you bunches. And you're radiant red. Oh, well, thank you. I just heard B, and I think it's because you got a lot of something that was really cheap, like Boulevard or Agri-Checks or something like that. All right, guys. I got to get going. Somebody's going to, Weather Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Jen. You're awesome. I'll book a reading today. Can you give me an idea of when a compatible female comes into my life? Any idea what she'll be like? Joe. February? Very traditional. Homebody. I think she has grandkids about the same age. Darlene, M or B after the RV. It's like almost a B. Hi, Jen. Linda here. Will sons Aaron and Brian or both fly here to attend my RV appointment? And if so, will they have a safe trip? One comes, one can't get it together fast enough. I'm worried they won't get home for the EBS. Don't worry about that EBS stuff. Don't worry about any fear forecasting. I mean, this is, look at the way they've handled things with the public so far. And we're expecting some big blow up and we're all going to get scattered and caught out on the freeway or whatever and not be able to do our appointment, not be able to get home. It's not the way it's going to happen. Hi, Jen. Linda here. Well, my son's, I just saw it. Why? No, that is actually twice right next to them. You either paid twice. It's got an L next to your name up here and a T next to your name down here. So I don't know if you paid twice or if it's repeating. Right to opinion. Thank you. Hi, Jen. This is Sharon. Can you tell me my guides' names and if there's a message today? Sharon H. Andrew. We're just doing primary. The message is you're not late, you're not behind, everything is in divine timing, and we love that. We love it when they say that, don't we? I hate that. But you're not late, you're not behind. Everything's fine. You're following your path. You're getting an A right now on your report card. That's me. I'm like, it's just from growing up in a household where it's like, okay, be efficient. Let's get it done. Why, hurry up. I don't like it when people take too long to make a decision. I don't like it if people are late. It pisses me off. I don't like to be delayed. It's like, okay, what are we really doing here? Yes, you've had enough time to think. Let's make a decision here. Let's move forward. Let's be productive. Okay? That's the way I think. If you guys are raised in an office, you would think that way too. But no, you're fine. Lee Stark, can you please advise when I can retire comfortably? At least by the end of the year, as of now, and if everything goes well. Adventure awaits 7. Hi, Jen Jessica. My son has had a rash, small bumps all over his body for 3 months. They itch really bad. Liver and kidney test came back normal. Ivermectin did not help. It's a form of psoriasis. The problem is if you scratch one and touch something else, it spreads to there. It sometimes he's saying this can show up as bumps. Sometimes it can show up as like itchy patches of dry skin. Tammy McGee, will I be a M or B? B. Dash Lady. Hello, Jen. Will I be an M or B? M, almost B. Lisa's World. Hi, Jen. Will I get through appointment without fainting? I don't know. Me, that's what I ask. That's what I ask myself. I'm like, oh my God, what if I faint and die and ruin the whole thing? I'm going to ruin the whole thing. Yes, he'll be fine. M or B? B. Just expect it. Or what I do is I psych myself out. Okay, we're doing this now. I'm just going to go over here and have this appointment, turn this stuff in. Get it done. Then take it in little pieces, bits and pieces, I'll take it all in at once. My name is Richard. M or B? B. Kate Thompson. How many do we have, you guys? I gotta go. I got like 15 minutes. Hey, Jen, this is Christina. I'm pretty sure I heard the message from my GMA-in-law, Donna, to relay to my mother-in-law the other night. Tell her I'm with Jesus. I'm okay with Jesus. Was this correct? Yes, do it. Because she needs to know that. She's suffering, thinking she might not be. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jan, here. Are all my currencies real? And also, I filed a restraining order on Dave, but his currencies are here. Should I make? Well, Dave's out. Dave's SOL, isn't he? Should have been nice. I'm just kidding. I don't know what to do about that. Mail them to him. Send him a package if you have his address. Otherwise, Dave's out of luck. Should have behaved. It's funny, these people are abusive. But then they expect you to still continue to give to them and to be, nice to them. It's just, my ex does the same thing. It's like, I'm not going to purposely attack you or do anything, to wrong you, but like, why would I do anything extra for you? Go out of my way to help you out when you completely, I'm living in fear. Same deal. But Dave there, screw Dave. Hi, Jen. Peg Humbert here. The property that you see for me, 21134 Avalon, is not up for sale. Will it be a difficult procedure? No. Just you get a lawyer and a real estate agent, and you make the person a private deal. That's what you do. People with money do things differently. Hi, Jen. Fantastic show on Tuesday. I had an experience with knowing I was going to hit a car that turned in front of me. You described it perfectly. I thank God, as I knew. All the times that you were saved, those experiences are crazy. I saw my daughter just slowly spin in midair so that she didn't crack her head open at 2 years old on the concrete steps outside. I can't. I'm in my mind. I'm watching it right now. It makes no frickin' sense. And then set down at the bottom of the steps on the patio on her little diapered butt. Perfectly fine, gets up, runs away. And I'm just standing there like, I don't even know how that happened. Jen, Daniel B here. Will I be an M or a B? B. Okay, we're done. I think I got him. All right, guys. Still coming. Still real. You're not crazy. Okay? And for all the people that think you're crazy and out there, well, man, some of us might be a little bit. Who is it we idolize in society? The dreamers. Those that thought outside of the box and took the steps to get there and become something that the average person does not. They wrote the book. They created the company. And they shared their gifts when everybody told them that it's not profitable to do so. They created that. They were the inventors. They were the faithful. They took the risks. They did the work when everybody told them not to and that you're not being responsible or you're crazy. And then pretty soon, those inventions, those companies, look at the whole Bitcoin thing. Were they crazy? No. Anyway, all fired up today, wearing red. I don't know if it's the full moon or what. But I've got readings all day long. You're going to want to get in there because it's going to, the month will fill up fast. And schedule your reading on the sale price of $88 with me at Fallawsophy.com. I think that's all I know. Go to Fallawsophy on Telegram. Join me there. I can't even read the screen to put the banner up. Anyway, I gotta go anyway. All right, love you all. Have a great day. Bye.